dear aspirants, welcome to English Literature class YouTube channel. Hope you are all doing well. Today I will discuss with you syllabus of Karnataka Pre-University College for English lecturer. It is actually the syllabus of 2015-16 recruitment. Probably syllabus may update very soon. Changes may happen only 30% to 40% because of the literature subject will be the same. Anyhow, I will update you if any changes in this paper. So let us see what are the topics in this paper. So here is paper 1. It is your PG level paper. It is an optional paper. Here you have negative marking and total marks is 150 marks. Please keep in mind 150 marks. So negative marking 0.25 will be deducted for your 1 mark. So please keep in mind all those things. Okay, coming to the topic, let us see what are the chunks they have given in this syllabus. So very important part is background. So here literature to understand we must know the background of each work or the writer's background. So from the beginning they have given Chaucer. So Chaucer's 14th century, that is the beginning of English literature, what we considered up to Shakespeare. So almost 3 centuries will be covered here. In between, you have to know the important events and literary production. And next, 18th century, that is neoclassical literature. Here also we need to understand important writers, their writings. So later on, we will discuss who are the very important writers from all these stages or ages. So point number 3, romantic period. So this one is very important. It belongs to the early or half of the 19th century. Here we find nature lovers. Again, we will discuss in the coming videos in detail about the romantic poetry. And the next one is Victorian period. So this is the latter part of the 19th century literature. Here we can find a kind of philosophical religious turmoil. It is an age or the beginning of the science, and the Darwin's theory also we find in this age. So this age is very interesting to study from historical, scientific, as well as very importantly literary point of view. And next is modern period. So this is 20th century. Here we can find a huge development in all areas, especially in literature. So here we can find new movements of literature and especially the rise of criticism in this period. Again, we will discuss in detail this age from the different perspectives and writers and their writings, how they were influenced by this. And the next one is contemporary period. This period has different names like post-modern age or 21st century sometime. So this is an updated age. We will also discuss in detail who are the very important writer in contemporary British literature and English literature and what are their contributions. So these are the important background topics we have to study from different perspectives like historical perspective, political perspective, and socio-cultural perspectives. All these factors at different stages or in different stages were influenced directly or indirectly on the writings or works. So please keep in mind these things. Okay, going to the next page. Okay, here let us see important poets and their poetry are the poems. So this is poetry section. Here we have 14 poets, and the poets also outside from the England. It means New England, America. So let us see first one by one. The very first poet is William Shakespeare and his famous sonnets. Here numbers are mentioned. And metaphysical poet George Herbert. His very famous poem The Collar. And father of metaphysical poetry John Donne. His famous poem The Sun Rising. And blind poet John Milton. Here is Paradise Lost, epic on his blindness is a short poem. And Victorian poet Lord Tennyson, his very beautiful poem The Lotus Eaters. And again Robert Browning, who is also a Victorian poet, his famous poem My Last Duchess. And William Blake, precursor of romantic poetry, his famous poems The Lamb and Chimney Sweeper. And father of nature poetry, Wordsworth, his famous poem The Solitary Reaper will be discussed in later sections of the videos. And his another poem is Daffodils. And another romantic poet, P.B. Shelley, his Ode to the West Wind and Adonis. John Keats' Ode on a Grecian is a masterpiece of John Keats. And modern poet, Irish poet W. Yeats, his Easter 1916 poem also will be discussed. And Dickinson, because I could not stop for that. This is a very great poem by American female poetess Dickens. And next, Robert Frost, Mending Wall. This is a great poem by Robert Frost. He also belongs to America. So these are the important poets and their poetry. Okay, now fiction part. Fiction part means is nothing but novel and short stories. Please keep in mind fiction means novel. Let us see who are the important novelists here and their very masterpieces. And please keep in mind all these works we will discuss in detail in the coming videos. So please subscribe our channel to get the latest videos on all these works. So let us see. Jonathan Swift is Gulliver Travels. Mark Twain is American. Novelist Adventures of Huckleberry Finn. Thomas Hardy, Return of the Native. Charles Dickens, Great Expectations. Jane Austen, Emma. Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights. Her sister Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre. Oliver Goldsmith is The Citizen of the World. Daniel Defoe, Mal Flanders. Oscar Wilde, The Pictures of Dorian Gray. And later, African literature also we can find here. Chinua Achebe, his novel Things Fall Apart. And Wole Soyinka, his drama The Lion and the Devil. An essayist from the same place, Decolonizing the Mind. And Nadine Gordimer, City of the Dead. And very famous West Indies novelist, Indian origin, V.S. Naipaul's A House for Mr. Biswas. These are the important novelists and their famous novels. We need to study all this in the background of the writers and their country, and contextualizations of these things are very important. Anyhow, we will discuss in detail all these works from your exam point of view. Now it is drama section or play sections. It is a very short. They have given just a five authors names like master of the plays William Shakespeare. His plays like The Tempest and Macbeth, an American playwright Arthur Miller, Death of a Salesman, and Christopher Marlowe's Dr. Faustus, a famous tragedy, and James Inge, Irish playwright, Raiders to the Sea, and Sophocles, Greek playwright, his Oedipus Rex also. All these very important plays, and these plays will be discussed in detail from exam point of view. Now, the last section of the optional paper, Indian writing in English. So let us see in shortly Rabindranath Tagore's Gitanjali. Here we study selected poems, and Arabindo's is epic Savitri. Here also we do selected study. Amita Ghosh novelist, his novel In Antique Land, Mulk Rajanan's Untouchable, Raja Rao's Kantapura, R.K. Narayan classic work The Guide, and Shashi Deshpande The Binding Vine, Kamala Das from Kerala, her famous poem The Old Playhouse, and Vivekananda, the spiritual leader, his famous speech in the Chicago, that's called the Chicago Address, and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar's an event like on the way to Gurugram, and Nobel laureate in economics, a proud Gem Amartya Sen, whose essay "More than 100 million women are missing," and Ervati's extract from her own self narrative, and finally Bashir's a short novel or short story, The Card Sharper's Daughter. So these are the very important works in Indian writing in English. So please keep in mind. So all these things from uh, various literatures, English literature or British literature, Irish literature, American literature, West Indian literature, Indian literature, all those literatures we have to study in a critical manner to make sure to understand all these topics in different context. So please keep in mind, my dear aspirants, we will study all these topics in detail in the coming videos. So please do subscribe our channel and share to your friends, and follow our Telegram channel in our description box. Thank you for watching.